Okay, so I'm doing an update video. These are the baby desert tortoises and the hybrid Texas and California desert tortoise. See the dark color of them? They're waiting for the little sunshine to come peeking through. They're kind of doing their little thing, wandering around. But the Russian tortoise area for the babies, they have been sneaking out. So I am going to reconfigure this whole enclosure, and I'm going to take you on a little journey of how I do that. And I'm not really sure how I'm going to do it, but we're going to do it together. Okay, so I removed all the plants from the edge. Now I'm going to remove all of this wire, but I have to cut all of this back so that I can pull the wire out. So. Okay, so I've cut some stuff back. I cleaned up this bush a little bit so I can kind of get in there and see what I'm working with. So I'm thinking that the little Russians are climbing up this because there's little edges and they're kind of like little navigators. They know how to sneak out. I don't see any holes, but two got out. So I'm gonna put these back bricks here that are along the back, the same type along the side, and then maybe double up the front ones so they're taller, and see if that'll keep those little buggers in. Alright, so I removed the old bricks, and I noticed that right here is a huge tree stump, and the old bricks were on it. So I'm thinking that because it made a bubble, they were able to sneak out. So I put this little brick here, and I butted up some other bricks, and we're going to just keep trucking down the line and see if we can keep these guys in their pen. Okay, so I have my sidewall built, and right now I'm doubling up the castle wall bricks about 2 high, and then I'll add the caps to these, and I think I'm going to lay some wire along the edge, and I'll be done. That's it. All the bricks are laid. I made a little bit of a bigger area for them. I'm going to rake it out and let them in here. Okay, so this is the finished product. Moved some plants over to here and went ahead and covered it with the screen to protect them from the birds. Put their little houses in there, raked it out, and then I did take out the calla lilies just because they're so thick and they were full of spiders. I left the cannas, but I might eventually take them out too, because there's so much cover here that I don't really have to worry about them overheating. I mean, look at the desert tortoises have like so much shade, almost too much. So I did leave, like I said, the cannas, but I did clear out what's around the edges so they couldn't climb up. Other than that, I think I'm done. And they're off. 6 little guys running around. They're going to explore their new house. Dun dun dun. Alright, so we're finished. Now just keep an eye on them. I didn't put any wire on the ground, but I will keep an eye on them, and if I notice them digging, I might add it later. But I really think they were crawling out over the brick. So I think I've solved that problem. Fingers crossed. Okay, well, it's day 2 of the little pin enclosure, and it was a total fail because I came out here this morning and I was missing a turtle. And if you see the brick back there, this is kind of scalloped and it has little sharp edges, and apparently Russians like to climb. So his little butt was all the way out there through the chain link over where the water pond is, and I have some garden area, but he was over there. So I have no idea how he got out, but I read they can climb trees, which there's a tree. There's a little rose bush. But I'm thinking it might have been these sharp little edges here because there's little grippers. So I am going to move some brick. It's going to be all smooth like these ones. No more scalloped edges. And I'm going to put extra wire around the trees. So if he does get up there, I'm going to actually make it smaller wire. So if they make it up to the tree, they can't get through that wire. And just keep an eye on them. I have no idea. I'm going to have to put GPS on these little suckers. Because, where is he at? This one, see? And you can even see he's got like a little bit of like paint or something on his shell. That little brat was out. Alright, so I really hope this works because I spent a lot of time out here. But, we put all flat surfaced bricks in here. I made them a little arched cave so they can go inside, and I put dirt over the top so they can climb over. Climbing, they like to climb. And then what I did was, where I put the bricks in the lid, I left an overhang, about this much of an overhang. So I'm hoping if they do happen to try to get to 2 corners and climb up, they're going to reach this overhang and not be able to get out. I also trimmed back some more of these like little plants. Anything that was along the edge, I tried to block off. And then we're going to go around the tree with another thing of wire over the top and kind of make it too small for them to squeeze through, along with that little rose bush and that rose bush. And I'll just keep watching them all day and see. And then tomorrow morning, I'll come out here and count, and we'll see if we have everybody. Alright, so they're in here, wandering around. Like I said, I'll have to keep an eye on them and see if they start to try to escape. So I'm not going to put any plants around the edges yet because it just makes it harder for me to have to come in here and fix the problem if there is one. But so far so good. Hi guys. Let me see. There they are, getting some sunshine.